Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about a very specific gene mutation that 60% of the population has one form of or another. This mutation is called the MTHFR mutation. The MTHFR mutation is a mutation that will affect your B vitamins, specifically B12 and or folate. When you have an MTHFR mutation like myself, and you choose to go vegan, your odds of developing a B12 and or folate deficiency skyrocket. If you are not eating meat, you will have a B12 deficiency, whether you supplement or not. The reason for this is because there are many forms of B12 that are found only in animal products. Some of these forms that we are currently aware of, but we're becoming more aware of even more of them every day, are methylcobalamin, adenosylcobalamin, and hydroxycobalamin. Those are the ones we know of. In the past few years, we have discovered that there are certain gene mutations where it's a good idea to go ahead and supplement with these. As we get smarter and smarter, we'll be able to help people out like me even better. Because a lot of people like me will end up dead way early, even eating meat, just because of a gene mutation that we have. It's very new research. It's one of the number one causes of depression and anxiety. And it will not show up on a B12 blood test. Where it'll show up is in your blood work. MCV, MCH. If you ever look at your blood work, those are the two values you want to look at, and you want to see if they're slightly elevated or if they're high. If they are slightly elevated, you're about to get into a lot of trouble. If they're high, you're already in a lot of trouble, and you better act fast. A B12 deficiency will result in death. A B12 deficiency will result in death. Death. Okay? 60% chance that you have this horrible, terrible gene called the mother effer gene. For good reason. MTHFR. It makes sense. There is a 60% chance. And at that, it doesn't matter if you have the MTHFR gene or not. Because there are forms of B12 in meat that we don't know about. I guarantee it. There are amino acids in meat we don't know about yet. There are fatty acids necessary to human beings in meat that we are not aware of yet. We don't know all. Choline was just discovered 1990. That was only 30 years ago. 30 years, that's it. All of these forms of B12, especially adenosylcobalamin, that was like 3 years ago. That's new. That's so new. The MTHFR stuff is very new research. We all have different genetics and different snippets and bullcrap that we're dealing with. And because of, in my country, in the U.S., because we have better health care, these snippets aren't, eliminated from society like they usually would be. I should be dead. Honest to God. But since there are ventilation machines and stuff like that, I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I should be dead, though. But I'm not because of modern interventions. This gene would have been wiped out had times have been way tougher. Someone being depressed and fatigued and not able to get up like me, that would have gotten you killed. You would have starved or gotten eaten by an animal or both. So these genes are not getting cut out, and you don't know if you've got one. You've been able to survive. You got used to your shitty symptoms that come with whatever horrible, dirty genes you have as well. We've all got something because we live too privileged, and now we suffer because of it. When you play God, God smites you. So, little vegan star childs, let me tell you something. I want you to open your ears, as hard as it is. I get it. I was there. I want you to open your ears and listen to me when I say eating meat is necessary for your health and for your survival. Not optimal. We're not talking about optimal survival. We're talking about living. Because of B12 deficiency, strokes, heart attacks. Yeah, very fun. Paralyzation of your entire body. Your nervous system rots away. Is this what you want for yourself? And let me speak to you absolute psychopaths who put your children on this death diet. Whew. There's a special place in HE double hockey sticks for you. A very, very special place. Okay? Wake up. Vegans, wake up. And if you are confused about health and nutrition, let me give you some advice, okay? If you found this video because you're questioning, should I become a vegan? I have this health problem, blah, blah, blah. Okay, doctors, let me tell you what doctors are good for. Doctors are good for blood tests, okay? They're good for diagnoses. And very rarely, they're good for prescribing good medications to help you with your ailments. I say very rarely, because a lot of the pills they prescribe are very, very contraindicated and extremely dangerous for human health, and never worth the benefit. There are alternatives. There are better things. You can do some research and figure it out. If you ever have an infection, try oregano oil. It's great. That's what I use. It's right here. Because I get tons of infections. My whole life. Because of my wonderful dirty genes. This guy. Oil of oregano. This is a natural antibiotic, antiviral, anti-candida, anti-everything. Kinda good to just do a 10-day trial of it and see if it fixes your problems. You know, you can get tested and you see, oh, do I have an infection? You kind of already know if you have one, so why go get tested? Usually you just have to get tested to get the antibiotics, and as we know, that is the worst thing you can possibly do for yourself. You will literally destroy your entire immune system doing that. Because your immune system lives in your gut, and antibiotics kill all the good bacteria in your gut. What a dumb, dumb thing that they've come up with. Okay? Everyone almost can agree now. Antibiotics, they won't even save your life. They'll save your life today to screw you over tomorrow. Do you want that? Oil of oregano will save your life, though. It's saved mine many, many times. It's wonderful. There are so many natural treatments for things. Doctors are great for diagnosing. That's about it. So, and not even great for that. A lot of doctors suck. So just keep cycling through until you find one who actually will do the blood tests you need them to do. Alright. So, back to what I was talking about. B12. There's probably more forms than 3. There's probably more that we don't know about that are in meat. Another conditionally essential amino acid, which, don't get me started, I'm going to start. Conditionally, in times of stress and illness. Well, let me tell you something. Veganism is very stressful on your body. Horribly stressful. All the oxalates, all of the carbohydrates, all of the bullshit, all of the juicing, the anti-nutrients, the lack of protein that your body can actually use, the lack of vitamins that your body can use, and for a lot of vegans, the lack of fat, and all the lack of proper animal fats that are extremely necessary to absorb all the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. And yes, the lack of K2. Good K2 found in cheese. Fermented products like cheese. But really, I supplement K2 extra because my arteries were calcified. I had hypercalcemia or whatever because of a vitamin D deficiency because I don't get out in the sun enough. Which is why I'm a little bit tan today, finally. I got out in the damn sun. So, and I took a lot of vitamin D. And it's given me insomnia. So I'm going to lower my dose down and just do it over time. It'll take time to heal. Anywho's, so there's a few essential amino acids that are called conditional, but they are not ever conditional because everybody on Earth is stressed right now. So it's suddenly become essential. This one, for example, this supports, let's see. What does this support? Oh my God. Nervous system. Eek. Nervous system function. It's found in most tissues. Yeah. It functions in tissues by stabilizing cell membranes and aiding the transport of potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium in and out of cells. Taurine helps to generate and regulate nerve impulses and supports the maintenance of normal fluid balance, which is deadly. Absolutely deadly if it's out of balance. It is also used by the body in visual pathways, as well as in the brain and nervous system, where it works together with glycine and GABA as a neurotransmitter. A taurine deficiency leads to death. That's just one that we know of that is nowhere to be found in plants. Go ahead, supplement it. But we don't know if there's other essential amino acids in meat, dairy, eggs, etc. that we don't know about that you need. We don't know enough. We don't know everything to conclusively say what the proper human diet is. What we do know, on the other hand, is that if you eat everything and make sure your diet's about 50% or not more of meat products and animal products, because we do 100% know that nutrients are far more available from animal products than from plants. But we don't know if there's something in carrots that is essential to us. We don't know, so eat everything. That's the solution. Unless you've got some crippling autoimmune disorder like poor Michaela Peterson, eat everything. If you eat everything, then you'll be able to make sure everything's okay. We don't know how much is too much saturated fat, how much is too much protein. We really don't know these things. So eat intuitively and eat everything. Absolutely everything, unless you know for a fact that a certain food is off limits for you, like your celiac. or gluten intolerant like me. I got that tested with my genes, and I know for a fact by 2 different companies I'm gluten intolerant. Cut that shit out. I feel amazing. So, I'm gluten intolerant. So gluten's not food. Also lactose intolerant. That's pretty easy to tell, but I don't know if I really worry too much about eating dairy. Just because I'd rather never cut out a food group, because I seriously don't know if there's something in dairy that my body desperately needs. You know? I don't know. And that I cannot get anywhere else. I have no clue. I don't know enough. And that's the biggest issue. Okay? I'm almost done with my rant. That's the biggest issue that I see with all these experts online and in the medical field and at universities and practically everywhere about fucking nutrition, is that it's all garbage. I'm sorry. It's all garbage. We don't know enough. Excuse me. We do not know enough to say for certain that, oh yeah, it's safe to cut out fruits, or it's safe to cut out nuts, or it's safe to cut out any food. We don't know. What I do know is that whatever I'm getting from gluten-containing foods, hopefully I get it from other foods. Because I know that gluten is going to be a net negative, no matter what, for me. So I know that it's probably not the best idea that I eat it. Knowing my genes. And don't be thinking that you're some special snowflake like me who has like gluten intolerance, okay? That's 0.4% of people. I have a lot of shitty genes that are rare. Like, although the MTHFR is common, but I have a lot of shitty genes that are pretty rare. So don't think that, oh, because I cut gluten out, you need to. No, everyone's diet is different. That's the thing. And it's different day by day. Like, you should never be eating, the same food every day unless your body tells you to. Like mine does with red meat. You should always. So, I'm going to have a cigarette. And I know I shouldn't, but thank you guys so much for watching. Don't go vegan, and if you are vegan, get off of it now, no transition, okay? And don't go to some crazy carnivore diet, all right? Just eat what your body is telling you to eat. It knows best. Y'all take care, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good shit, and I will be back.